It's pretty chilly this morning. So the plan today is I'm basically crossing the M6. That's my target, the Yorkshire, kind of North Yorkshire into Cumbria. Right, I need to get on, head down, get across these moors. What about Blea Moor? Yes, we have Dent Viaduct there. Those Victorians certainly knew what they were doing. Still being used today. So as you can see, the walking this road not actually too bad because you're following the beck, and it provides a degree of entertainment. And then occasionally you come across some nice bridges. And the only pub for miles around. And I do like what it says on the sign here. A family owned chain of one. So very intriguing this. It says this bridge was erected by number 140 Airman Aircrew Initial Training Course from Royal Air Force, Finningley, on the 27th, 28th of June 1987. I'm scratching my head. Why would this be good training for airmen, aircrew? Maybe engineers or something, but why here? Well, who knows? Interestingly, I was here a month ago. On that occasion, I was doing the Dales Highway and I noted the Pennine Journey, which is a journey by Wainwright. That's about, I think it's 247 miles. That's 90 miles. And now we've got the Dales Way, which, when I've looked into it, it's either 81 or 83. There or thereabouts. So yeah, all three trails or routes are following the same trail. But I can tell you it's not for the beauty. It's just the fact that it's a convenient way to get to Dent off the road. Hey, a useful map. And then today I'm hoping to get on the other side of the M6, which I think is round here somewhere. Might be here. So same distance and then leaving time to get to there. However, this is where I am now. Well, I can recommend Dent Store. Got all the essentials, and if you need any maps or anything, what a nice bus shelter. Interesting painting. if you're ever doing the way, look out for this bit. It really trips me up. So you follow the path as though you're following the river, which you're doing for a long way. And it's easy to be drawn down there, but then you get down there and you can't get across. So you come back along this bit here, and that's really, really muddy. And in fact, even here it is. But it's a shorter distance in the mud. But look in the distance for this very small signpost, and then you've got a bridge to get across that, which looks small at the moment, but when you get further down it's quite wide. Yeah, you end up walking along there because you follow the edge of the river, but then you can't go any further, and the temptation is to possibly jump across, but I don't think so. The consequences if you miss, it's pretty horrible down there. Yeah, so save yourself a little bit of a detour like I had to do. So you can see Sedbergh in the distance. We're keeping to the south of there though, in fact, and then head off into a more westerly direction. I can just in the distance see, I think it's the rugby post for Sedbergh private school, and it looks like there's a game going on. You can see some nice old cottages. So we saw where the mill workers lived, so this is where they actually worked. Not surprisingly, that's called the pepper pot. No one really knows why it was built. But it was part of the AK estate by Charles Edward Taylor, who bought it in 1893. One interesting thing that happened was that in 1948, a cow gazing in the field forced its way in and actually went up the spiral staircase, and it took 5 men to get it down again. So yeah, we're near the rugby field. We're actually playing rugby on the field in the distance, which is a bit of a shame. I wouldn't mind watching a decent game of rugby as it's going along. Anyhow, we're back alongside the river now. It would seem everywhere else is in sun. Even over there as well. So I haven't managed to get across the M6. I just thought I'd run out of daylight, so decided to stay quite a way bit back from the motorway. So I've still got maybe 2-3 miles to do in the morning before I get to the M6. But I felt it was the best decision as it's going to be dark quite soon. But I've got a lovely spot. Yeah, couldn't have chosen better. And there's, touch wood, no one around, because I am a bit close to the path, which I'm not happy about, but I haven't seen anyone all day. See you in the morning, folks. Packed and all ready to go. So this may be a weak bridge, but it's got a cracking name. Crook of Loon. Obviously, we're leaving the Loon now. So as you saw, I just crossed the River Loon. So that's really the start of my day. And I'm hoping to cross the M6 next, then a little bit later the A6, and then firmly I will be in, hopefully, the Lake District. 20 miles, nice round number, let's get it done. So nearly everything we've seen of an engineering feat from the Victorian era have been to do with the Settles Carlisle Railway. So looking ahead, we'd think we're in a nice rural countryside part of the country. But of course what we can hear in the distance, and in actual fact, we're following it for quite some time. So our accompaniment is the sound of passing traffic. I'm not sure you can see in the distance, but that's where the motorway cuts through the Howgills. We're going over this ugly looking bridge, which is probably appropriate for the M6. But obviously on my journey, this is quite a landmark. It's kind of like, I need to get over the M6 to get into the Lake District. You can tell it's a Sunday morning, can't you? Not a lot going on. But look at these poor houses here. Imagine what that must have felt like when you saw the motorway being built next door, like literally next door. Yep, in the distance we can see the hills of the Lake District. So we're just crossing the River Mint now. Great name. But unlike most rivers, we're not actually following this one. Now, I have got a point of complaint. I've discovered travelling through Cumbria, the signage isn't so good. The kissing gates are a bit more narrow, so I'm actually just about getting through. So if you've got a pack that's a bit wider, heavier than mine, you might struggle. Yeah, the signage was so good when I was in Yorkshire, and then we've crossed over into Cumbria. It hardly exists, and when it does exist, it's not that good. I'll show you some examples as I come across them later. So definitely a game of two halves. So here's the point in case. It's just a normal public footpath to the right. And I've just spent 5 minutes making absolutely certain it's the right way. Obviously, in the past, in Yorkshire particularly, we'd have a Dales Way at this point. Yeah, you can't take anything for granted, so all takes time. Be interesting to see how I get on with this kissing gate. Don't feel like there's a lot of room. Yeah, it's pretty close. So you definitely have to look out for this kissing gate. I nearly missed it. And of course again it doesn't say Dales Way on it, but it is the way to go. So we've just come to Black Moss Town. Not particularly pretty. And frustratingly, that was the first kissing gate I couldn't get through with my backpack on. If you're going to convert a mill complex, this is the way to do it. Are you doing the Dales Way, or are you just...
Yeah, I was hiking it with my partner, but we went from Ilkley to Buckton on Friday and then Buckton to Sedbergh yesterday. I decided I would sort of jog hike it today with the lighter. Thank you, have a lovely day.
Will do, all the best.
And I'll look you up.
You've guessed it, Lake Windermere. We must be closing in on the finish. That says Dales Way, Bowness. Bowness? Bowness, a quarter of a mile. Yeah, that is a bonus. Only quarter of a mile. As it happens, there is the seat, and that seat marks the end of the Dales Way. Guess we can sit down and overlook Windermere. Yep, maybe this will be you one day, and then you'll be allowed to sit down here.